Okay, so here we go, folks. It's the end of season review part of the episode, and we're here at this screen here. Culturally, there's obviously no trophies, haven't won anything. New arrivals, going to be a quick end of season review because we've only been here for a month. But these are the players that have been brought in. They did pay a transfer fee or a loan fee for Sean Morgan, £4,500. But Sam Smith has come in. He's 43 starts, 6 substitute appearances, 49 appearances. 19 goals, 4 assists at 6.91. He's not been a bad signing for them, to be fair. Joe Ward, well, he's going to be going. Cathal Heffernan, he's been solid enough. Again, it shows they don't make the most of set pieces, 6.78. Ethan Sutcliffe's not really had a start. He's coming from AFC Wimbledon for 6.75 rating. Bailey Clements has come in again, not really nailed down a starting place. Charlie Sayers is coming from Blackburn. He has nailed down a starting place, but you'd think with a fullback, I want to get more than 1 assist a season out of them. So let's see if we can get more from him next season. DJ Campton Sturridge from Swindon. Again, not really made much of an impact. 4 goals, 2 assists, 6.72. Stuart Roach, the loan fee of 7.75k. 15 starts, 2 substitute appearances, 3 goals, 2 assists, 6.69. It's been probably a bit of a letdown. Not worth that money. And this guy's come in, made 11 starts, 11 substitute appearances. No goals or assists. He is a centre-back. But yeah, that's the new arrivals. In terms of transfers out, none of those names really mean anything to us. But if you want to have a look at them, they are there. By all means, pause the screen. And then we've got the loan outs. Burke Sabat obviously does come back for us. I did check, by the way, and Aveley lost out in the playoff semi-final 2-1 to Altrincham after extra time. Burke Sabat missed a penalty in extra time. He has got 10 goals and 10 assists for them, so he's definitely a player we'll look at when he comes back. Whether we keep him around or not is another matter. They've received a few loan fees as well, so they've done okay with that with some of their youngsters. Again, we'll have a look at them when they come back, because one of the things the board and the club do want us to do is to make the most of their youth system. And we have been upgraded a level on our youth system as well. So that's all great news. Season's results, they finished in 11th with that win on the last game of the season. Not too far from the playoffs, and the expectation for next season is to reach the playoffs. So it isn't to get promoted, it's to reach the playoffs. The supporters are very happy the team were able to achieve a Sky Bet League 2 top half finish this season. However, we at one stage looked a good bet for promotion, so we shouldn't get too carried away. I mean, that seems reasonable. Moments to remember, they had a 4-1 win against Stevenage, a 2-0 win away to Wickham, and a 4-1, and the goal of the season was in the 4-1 win against Stevenage, McGeehan getting that. Shirt sales, so that Saudi Arabian chap is not in there, which is good news in terms of if we want to move him on. 1,813 shirts were sold, and it was McGeehan, Sharman Lowe, goalkeeper, funnily enough, Chilvers, Mingy and Fevrier. Chilvers has signed a new contract, Noah Chilvers as well. We have managed to get a contract on him, so we will be sticking around for the next year or two. Up on sponsorships, up on broadcast revenue, down on corporate hospitality, up on competition prize money. I mean, they've done rubbish in the competition, so I'm not sure how that's gone up. And down on match day commercial and retail. Was 2 stars, stay 2 stars, no new sponsorship deals in there. How the team lined up, I mean, that's not how we're lining up. That's sick and disgusting. I will never play that formation unless I have absolutely no choice and have my arms tied behind my back while my head's been dunked into a bottle of water or bowl of water. Accolades. Again, this doesn't really mean a great deal to us because I think in this sort of situation, the end of season review, they should give you what you've done at your previous club when you've been there for all bar the last few games of the season. Sam Smith has broken the record for overall goals in the season on 19, which is a bit concerning considering we're playing in League 2. You get 46 games and 19 is their record. 5 Player of the Match awards as well. He's actually had a good season by the looks of it. Fans Player of the Season is Cameron McGeehan. Young Player of the Season, Jaden Fevrier. Goal of the Season, Cameron McGeehan. Top goal scorer, Sam Smith. Most assists, Mandela Egbo. Most Player of the Match awards, Sam Smith. Highest average rating, Cameron McGeehan. And Charlie Sayers with the most passes completed per 90 minutes. History in the making, the U's suffered a disappointing campaign, finishing shy of their pre-season expectations. This is where I'm getting so confused, because when we came into the club, they were expecting to be up in the promotion areas, like the playoffs. Then they're saying that they've overachieved this season. Now they're saying it's disappointing they've underachieved. The game needs to make up their mind what's going on. Thanks loads to poor run of form around August. The start of the season, you mean? So they started poorly and never really recovered. Manager timeline, welcome aboard. That's where we got hired on the 14th of March. Well, actually earlier than I thought it was. 14th of March, Damon Hills was hired as Colchester's new manager. I quit. That seems a bit harsh. Sheridan Mason Smith joined Colchester on a free transfer. That's some 16-year-old, wouldn't worry about that. And we finish. So we just have a quick look through this. A lovely little intermediary suggestion for a defensive midfielder. Yeah, not really what we're looking for, I don't think. Offers made for Colchester's Sam's. Okay. Tom Smith, sorry, not. So who's Tom Smith? Oh, he's one of our. Okay, so I've gone through the squad and put a load of people, not on the transfer list necessarily, but I've offered them out via the transfer room. This, I think, is from the agent that's come back. So Huddersfield, Leicester in the Premier League want 25-year-old Tom Smith. Who's that? Okay. Well, if they want him, they can. I'm not going to try and up it, because the agent's gone and got the offer, and when that happens, you pretty much have to accept what they've asked of you. But it'll be another 12.25k into the transfer budget and £525 off the wage budget, which is always useful. This needs to change, because this is not the culture that I'm bringing to the club. We don't need to view the season review. We've already seen that. Collective bonuses have been paid out. Colchester to receive £482,000 participating in Sky Bet League 2. So if we look at the finances, I mean, we're still £341,000 in debt. We're overspent on our wage budget, but hopefully that will fix itself fairly soon. This committed spending seems to constantly be going up, and I don't know where the money's coming from. So that's basically it for the end of season review part. And I'll now work through the summer. I'll see what transfer business we can get done, both ins and outs. And I'll bring you back when I've got some news. Oh, folks, would you look at that? Joe Ward has agreed a deal to leave the club and join St Pat's Athletic. He's going for £1.2 million. This is insane. The board have agreed that 350k will be added to the transfer budget upon completion of the deal. We will definitely accept that. We've asked our scouts to go out and find us some free transfer signings, because I have a real issue, because you look at our finances, players have left. We've got hardly anything coming in. I mean, we've got less than £2,000 to spend in the wage budget. He looks pretty good. Eric Bristow. Oh, Ethan Bristow. Okay, they're not. Well, that's definitely an upgrade. If we approach to sign here, oh God, I've got to talk to the agent, have I? Hang on. Ask agent about availability. We're interested. Thanks, let me know. He's slightly interested, but I'm not going to give you. I hate agents like that. Oh, so we can't even afford him. Do you know what? I'm going to go for it on the basis that when we get that 350 grand hit our account, we'll lower that to 20% like we usually do. Suppose we'll keep all this. I'm not paying him 19 grand signing on fee. I'm just not. Can we lower him a little bit? So I knew he was going to go up anyway. So that's 3.5. Okay, we finalised the deal. 3.9 grand. He's got potentially was a transfer value, so that's no point. No point in that one. No point in that one. Right. Hopefully. So he's gone now. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Right. How much of that can we put into the wage budget? All of it. Oh, we've now got £53,000 in the wage budget. Committed spending of 47,000. So we've got nearly 6,000 now in the wage budget to spend. We have brought in so there has been players coming and going, so I might as well bring you up to speed on that now. So obviously you know about Joe Ward, Micaiah James and Alex Kokoshi, all youngsters. They've moved out. If we go back here, obviously Buick Sabah has now left on a free transfer anyway. He's come back from his loan spell. Tom Smith of Leicester, of Leicester, he went for 12,000. Nathan Brooks has gone to Rab again. He's another youngster, Romanian apparently, not a very Romanian name. But so yeah, these are the ones that have left. Well, just them two really. In terms of incomings, James Williams has come in, 16-year-old. He's gone into our under 21s on £50 a week. He's probably not going to be much, but he'll do for now. And then Shay Ojo is a director of football recommendation. 3 stars, can play left or right, good versatility. I thought, why not? Let's do the deal. Let's get him in. I'm going to keep looking for loans now and looking at where we want to actually strengthen. And again, I'll come back when we have some incoming players. Okay, I think we're really going to struggle to sign anyone of any quality. We've seen this guy, Ben Hennigan. He's available on a free transfer. He's not with a club. He's a good Sky Bet League One player. And he wants 33 grand a week. Well, that's basically our whole wage budget. So we're having to walk away. But even with, we've got some players in on trial. But all of these that are 3.5 to 4 star players, they're wanting like £5,000, £6,000, £7,000 a week. To put that into context, we've got less than 6,000 available for our squad. And when I look at the tactic we're playing, we need at least one more centre back. Well, yeah, one more centre back. We need a couple of central midfielders. We probably still need a wide player as well. And it's not like we've got that many players here at the club. We've got a squad of, what's that? There's 5 up there that are in on trial. We've got a squad of 21 and we're in trouble. This is all going badly, badly wrong. And I am really worried. I can't lie. Okay, I'm going to scout these players, see if any of them turn up to be any good, and see what we can find. I think I might have been drunk or asleep or something where I wasn't overly conscious when I put this in. So Ethan Bristow, 25-year-old fullback. To be fair, he does look really good. I've apparently offered him £3,900 a week to come in. An agent fee of 4.1k. He's also been getting an appearance bonus of £750. So it's going to take him up to 4.5 grand or over 4.5 grand. And on top of that, Cameron McGeehan, his wage will increase to match highest earner clause, which means his wage will go up by £1,000 as well, or by £100 as well. I cannot bring in Ethan Bristow for that amount of money. Or is that including that? Do you know what? I might be mad, but I'm doing it. Ethan Bristow is in at the club. McGeehan gets a pay rise. Everyone's very happy. We'll ask Egbo to put an arm around him and ask him to welcome him. He's happy to do that. Won't worry about squad registration. We'll do that later on. We've got scouting finished on players that we've got to pay a transfer fee for, except this one, but he doesn't really look up. Although I must admit, I quite fancy the idea of a Brazilian. He can't do any of the roles we want him to do, so probably not going to bother, but more transfer fees. Agent offer. This guy here, We don't need a right winger, so there's no point going for him. I've had a look at these. They're not really... Most of them want more than what I can offer. I don't need another left back. I'm not ending up... The amount of left-sided players I've got, I think I need to actually get rid of some, because Ethan Bristow is in at the moment. He goes in there. Why is he only... So he wants to be an inverted wing back on automatic. I don't need you as an inverted wing back. I mean, you can do full back on attack for 3 stars as well, but we might as well just leave him on that for 3 stars. He's got the capability. He's got some pace about him. He can get forward. He obviously likes to go forward as well, so he is a good option there. Whether he's quite worth 3.9 thousand is another matter, but that now means, as well as him and Charlie Sayers, we've also got this guy who I really don't want here, but he's out injured at the moment anyway. We've got Bailey Clements, who's also out injured at the moment. So I think these two are going to need to leave, because even if we keep Clements, because he can play a little bit as a centre-back, 2 stars in an absolute push, he's like 4 foot in a fag paper, so there's no point keeping on. We've also got Ndolo. So I need to try and... Can we hire an intermediary to get rid of it? No, they don't want to know. I mean, why don't intermediaries work? Do they only work if you're like a Premier League club? I mean, I'm getting to the point where I'd be quite happy to just send him out on a free. So, yeah, I really need to get rid of some players, and an intermediary. There you go. Oh, this is frustrating. I mean, can you imagine if we get 300 grand for him? I mean, we wouldn't keep much of the money because the club keep it. We'll go with Clements as well. At the same time, though, I'm actually kind of thinking that if we do sell these players, we're going to have no squad. Oh, this is not going well. I mean, to give you an update on friendlies, by the way, just in case you're interested in it, we played QPR, lost 3-2 to them. Not bad, really, 3-2 to QPR. We beat Dartford 3-2 and Maidenham Tiptree 4-1. Shea Ojo is looking like a good player, actually, and Jaden Fevrier has hit the ground running for us too, so quite happy with that. Okay, we've got Charlton, Kidderminster coming up. So we've also got a friendly against Aston Villa and Brighton around here somewhere that I put in just to generate some more money. Can I just say as well, in terms of money, yeah, that's fine. We'll keep that. Cheltenham make Masterson offer. Oh, that's someone we looked at for a free transfer, but again, he wants far too much money. So, yeah, so with that signing, we have still got £6,500-ish in the transfer budget. But yeah, I mean, ordering in terms of ability, I mean, we've not got a bad first team. It's the backup that is a concern to me. But yeah, okay, I'll bring you back again in a minute. Hopefully, we'll have some positive news on transfers, because the new season is approaching. I can actually show you our fixture list. So we start off against Barnet, then we have Wigan in the Carabao Cup. They're in League One, probably going out there. Then we've got Rochdale Crew, Forest Green, Newport as our first 5 league games of the season. If we have a look at the season preview as it is at the moment, I mean, they're having us finishing 3rd. Have I got a better squad than I think I have? Because that don't strike me as finishing 3rd. They've got us playing Barnet on their first game of the season, who are down here. Be interested to see how that changes before the end of the season. Anyway, I'll bring you back when I've got some more news, and like I say, hopefully positive news. Okay, so I've not offered this guy out, but QPR are coming for an offer for Charlie Sayers, who ideally I wouldn't want to get rid of. He's 3-star current ability, 4-star potential, 23-year-old. He can play centre back and he can play left back, but we do have an overabundance of left-sided defenders at the moment. Now they're offering me 125,000. He's got a transfer value of 50 to 275k. So I'm going to say to them, if you want him, I want the 275,000. I think that's fair. I could take off that. Don't need that. And I would like 40% profit of any sales. That's locked in. They're probably going to turn it down. Then I'm going to have a meeting with Charlie. Oh, they've accepted it. Now I feel a bit annoyed that I didn't go higher. Okay, so we're going to be getting 275,000 for him. And if he gets sold on for any more than that, we get 40% of whatever profit they get. We'll accept that. His wage is 1.1k. Oh, that opens some doors as well. So if we look at the finances now, we only get 30% of the transfer revenue made. I mean, we've got like 1.5 million in the bank. So whatever we get from that, we can also put into wage budget, as well as the 1.1k we'll save from him. But yeah, it looks like Charlie Sayers is leaving, which does help out quite a bit. I don't think I've bought in... Oh, I have bought in somebody. Transfer history. Marion Holly from Ipswich. He can play in both of these roles as backup if we need it. I mean, the actual midfield three we've got of Chilvers, McGee and Mingy, I'm actually very happy with that. I'm very happy with Ben Briggs as his backup. What I'm not happy with is what we have available in support. So the fact that we could bring in Marion Holly, who in this position can do the deep line playmaker, at a push we could put him as a box-to-box midfield as well. He's got plenty of potential about him and no real bad negatives. Eligibility, fine, that's not an issue. Weakest area of the game, must do better with his marking, with his deep line playmaker and box-to-box midfield. Don't really need marking a great deal. And heading is not his strongest attribute, but he can use both feet. So I'm relatively pleased with that as a loan signing, and we'll see what other loan signings we can make, and maybe bring in some players with £1,000 wage. And we've also just beaten Aston Villa in a friendly. I mean, they've got Karius in the team. They've got Tillemans, Diego Carlos, Buendia, brought on Konsa, Mateo Kovacic. I think I saw somewhere as well, actually. I'm just going to check it with Aston Villa. They had Neymar playing for him. They've still got Douglas Luiz there. Tillemans is their captain. Let me have a look. It might be easier if I look at Neymar, actually. I'm sure I saw that he was retiring from Aston Villa. I don't think he's in the game anymore. Yeah, there you go. Aston Villa made 63 appearances, scoring 14 goals. I mean, how did Aston Villa get Neymar? He was at Barcelona, PSG, Al Hilal in Saudi Arabia, obviously being paid an absolute fortune by them. And then he went to Aston Villa. I mean, let's check Aston Villa out in terms of their competitions. Have they won anything recently? 2015, they won an FA Cup. They won the Europa Conference League in 2024, 3 years ago. And that's it. Sometimes this game baffles me. Okay, I'm starting to panic. We've got a week until our first game of the season against Barnet. We've got Inaki Ruperez in on trial. 3.5-star current ability, 4-star potential. Leading Sky Bet League One player. Midfield centre. As you see, he looks pretty decent, actually. If we approach to sign him, he's going to want too much. I know he is. Look at that. It's disgusting. It is disgusting how much these people want when they're free. Nobody else is in for him. He's not wanted by anybody. I mean, am I mad for offering him 4,000 plus 1 point? Oh, my word. We've got, he wouldn't get a work permit, but we have got the ESC places available, but he's going to want too much. We're not going to be able to agree anything with him. Let's see how low we can knock him down. Oh, he's accepted 4K. Okay. So 4K, cool. We're just under our budget. We've also got this guy, Albie Morgan, who wouldn't need an ESC work permit or anything like that. He can do the deep line playmaker role. He does prefer to be like a central. I mean, I could change him to a central midfielder or even an advanced playmaker. He can do box to box. He can do long shots a little bit. Let's have a look at how much he wants, because if he's prepared to do less, okay, it's a bit more reasonable. Not paying any of that. I ain't paying an agent fee. Let's just take that out right away. I mean, the agent has a friendly relationship with me. Might not after this. Let's see if we can get him down to 2K. Okay, so he didn't go too much higher with 2.5. He's not budging from 2.5 though. We're going to accept that, because if we look at Ruperez, he can do the deep line playmaker role better, like we want. And he's probably better as a boxer. I mean, I would say he probably is the better player. I mean, can we do a comparison between the two? What was the other guy's name? I have to go back. What's the other guy's name? Albie Morgan. So if we can do a comparison between him and Albie Morgan, there you go. So looking at that, Morgan is better mentally. Not as good defending. Defending isn't really what he's here for. Hardly anything between them physically. They're the same for speed. Morgan is better with vision. Better attacking. They're the same for technicals. Ruperez. Do you know what? I actually think Albie Morgan could actually be the better player. Yes, he's 3 years older. I mean, he's 6'5". Holy hell. 13 stone 7. Wow. Okay, I think we're going for Albie Morgan, folks. Our director of football, by the way, has put in an offer for Daniel Carnu, who's a striker on loan. He looks pretty good. And he's no relation to the Arsenal Carnu, I have already checked. But I just don't really think we need a striker that doesn't really add a great deal to what we've already got. So hopefully we can get this midfield situation sorted out before the game against Barnet. I'm just kind of keeping you with me at the moment. Oh, here we go. Chesterfield and Las Palmas have put in an offer for Muperez. That's fine, we don't want Muperez anyway. Follow up your interest on Matthew. I went for him and he wanted something like 5-6k. I was like, no, you're okay. I'd rather not. Loans as well. You always hear people saying about how loan, just go for loans all the time, go for loans. And I look at loans, I think we just keep those as they are. I've looked at loans and the amount of money that clubs are wanting for wages, it's just ludicrous. Oh, Morgan's coming. Albie Morgan, we've got him, folks. Let's confirm that. These are all going to be for money, which we don't have. I mean, our scouts know the situation, surely. And they're scouting a player that's got a transfer value of 2.7 to 5 million. Now, he's a striker. He's interested in a loan. So I'll show you what I mean, because I'm pretty certain that they're just going to want far too much in wages. Now, that's saying 0. They're saying 10%. Let's see if we can get him on that. So they want 10% exceeds the board's maximum allowance. So we have to cancel that offer. They won't let us do that now because of the fact that our committed spending is currently over. That's probably because of the Spanish guy as well. So once the Spanish guy's one comes down, I don't know how we're currently spending 45, but our committed spending is 56. That makes no sense to me at all. But I'll happily admit I'm not a finance guy. There you go, Ruperez has gone there, so that's fine. Didn't want him anyway. He's the latest one to pick up an injury. looking at the finance, that's fine. They're currently spending 51.1, or committed spending, I should say. So I think we may have our squad. So if we come down here, where's Albie Morgan? So he's unregistered, that's fine, we'll register him in a minute. Ethan Sutcliffe can go up there. There's me saying we've got too many defenders. Where are all the defenders? We are still short at right back, to be honest. If Egbo gets injured, then we're basically moving our best centre back out there. So as we have got 3,000 still left, that's something I need to get sorted before the transfer window closes. So where's that guy? Albie Morgan, here he is. I thought I put him up here a minute ago. He will go in there for now. So if we put him in a box-to-box midfielder role, he's better than him. If we put him in a deep line playmaker role, we'll have to have him in a box-to-box because he's their top earner. We can't afford to not have him. I don't like this, that Mingy and McGeehan play poorly when they're paired together. It's their best combination. So Chilvers, who's their vice-captain, is here. If we bring him in, let's just say McGeehan can't play the first game. Okay, it don't really matter what position he's in, to be fair. So we'll get, while I remember it, we'll get Albie Morgan registered. Just check it, he's only our under 21s that are not registered so far. Yep, that's cool. So, yeah, that, provided we get no injuries, that looks like it's going to be our first team. Might need to change strikers. Who's going to be better in that role? Sam Smith is the better option. What does he prefer to be? He's fine with being an advanced forward. So if we look at the other strikers, if they have any roles that they're better at, no. Jamie Arnold. I mean, this guy actually, he's on $1,500 a week. He's got a lot of potential. He's very determined. His finishing is rubbish. But he likes to be a pressing forward. So if we change that to a pressing forward on attack and put that as his personalised instruction, then move Smith up there. I mean, he can do pressing forward as well. So maybe we just keep it as a pressing forward. And yeah, I actually think, as things stand, we've got a pretty good squad. We can... Josh Smith can come up here and take one of these positions. So we've got someone that can play out here, then we can move. If it's Ojo that gets injured, we can just move them around. But yeah, I think we definitely need a right back. There's no doubt about that because we are very weak in the right back position. I'm going to try and get rid of either Campton Sturridge or Bradley. If I can get rid of Jeed Merholes as well, I will, but maybe we keep him around just for squad depth purposes, I don't know. Plus, no one's been interested in it so far. He's wanted, apparently. He's wanted on loan by Cheltenham and Halifax. If we just check his transfer status, he's not set for loan. I'm just going to offer him out via the transfer room again, see if we can get anything for him. Again, I don't really want this guy around, but we'll keep offering him out, see what can actually happen. I'm pretty certain that the intermediaries, they've been informed, but they're not going to do anything. I mean, what's 10% of £2,000, I suppose, at the end of the day? Marion Holly, who's injured at the moment, he's back up for deep line playmaker, potentially box to box as well. Can he do anything at heart? He can do two start. So Marion Holly can cover any of those positions. So yeah, right back, I think we're short of. We've got Sutcliffe as a backup central defender. And we've also got Bailey Clements that can play in there as well. We can also play out on the left. We're fine for central midfielders. I am a bit concerned about the wide positions because if Josh Smith gets, or any of them get injured, we don't have a great deal that we can actually bring in. Marion Holly could potentially do a bit on the right. Sam Smith can do a bit on the right as well. So that is an area of concern. So the left side of there, right wing back, we still need to fill those positions, but we do have until the end of the month before the transfer window slams shut. We play Barnet next. Let's have a look at the season preview. See where we stand now. We was third. We're now fourth. And I don't think that's because we've done any worse. I think it's just purely because whoever weren't above us has now done a bit better. I don't get how 4 teams come down. Oh, yeah, I do actually. Don't worry. I'm talking to myself. I'm in my own head. Okay, so I think we'll probably call it a day there for this transfer special. I have, by the way, worth mentioning, I have got my Continental B licence now. This doesn't seem to have changed a great deal. If anything, it seems to have gone down a little bit because I'm sure I had a couple of 10s around here. But we've got a little bit of blue on here. I do have like I say, my Continental B licence. I'm not going to ask for my A licence yet because we've only just arrived at the club, so they're not going to let me do it straight away. But yeah, we hope that we've got a good squad. We're still going to be looking to improve, but I'm reasonably happy with this, and I'm quietly confident that we can get at least into the playoffs. And can you imagine if this time next season we're doing this time next year in game, we're doing a transfer special for first season in League One. That will be amazing. Okay, thank you very much for watching, guys. Please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications if you want to see more, all of that stuff. And I'll see you tomorrow for the first 2 games of the season. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.